Okay, I'm here. A little late, but I'm here. It's age and fatherhood. Yes, I think that's what is the case for me as well. Well, not the fatherhood, but the age. I fell asleep after dinner, and I literally woke up like a quarter past 9, and I was like, "Wait, wait, what? How late is it?" And I was like, "Damn, I messed up." So yeah, little late today, but hey, it is what it is. Um, I think we're just gonna design some drums today. I feel like I wanna make some drums, so we're probably gonna whip out addictive drums and set up like a patch with some like a little break or something, and then we'll see what happens. Um, Obviously we're gonna have less time tonight, but hey, it is what it is. Hope you're doing good. I'm gonna go to that view for tonight. I'm officially old now. Hey, join the club. My my toes, my foot, whatever we are gonna call it, is feeling better. Not completely gone, but it's definitely better. So we're good. I made sure to not bump into my couch with my foot again this week, so we're doing good. I actually went to work and shit, so it was all fine. Uh, yeah, definitely lasts quite a while to completely get rid of it, I think. So again, I'm not sure. Might have actually broke toe, but hey, it's fine. Yeah. Like it's fine. It's actually it's a lot better now. I can walk properly, so we're good. So let's see. Um, addictive drums. Let's yeah. It's more an inconvenience than actually a problem, honestly. But it is kind of annoying, you know. The one thing that is the worst is I would say walking downstairs. Walking up the stairs is kind of fine, but walking down is the worst. Like it's fine now, honestly, but the first couple of days was absolutely horrible. Yeah, yeah. Well, I would say probably 75% healed. Still a little blue, you know. My pinky toe was purple this week, so and that is like almost gone now. So it's getting better, you know. Like I said, I taped in my foot and I was able to just go to work and walk and everything was fine. It just kind of sucked, even at work, you know. Yeah, yo, Sefia, I I fell asleep after dinner, and I woke up at like 9:15, and I was like, "What? How late is it? What?" So you know, that's that. I, w- I would say big toes are probably worse than your pinky toe. For me, it was the pinky toe and the one right next to it. I would say big toe is probably a lot worse because you use that one a lot more. You know, when you walk, like your pinky toe is mostly just hanging by. You know, it's just chilling. Your big toe is one that you actually use. wearing a huge, whatever they call it, a brace or something like that. I would imagine. Like some kind of a foot brace or something. Okay, let's just start making some drums today. Probably gonna split these up over a couple of different addictive drums so we have a little bit more control. Well, we could do it in one addictive drums as well. Should be fine, actually. For now, we can always split it up later. Let's find some kind of a kick. I kind of like this one. I think it was that one. I guess we'll just make this a little drum design course. That's kind of nice. We do that. Probably gonna play with the pattern later, but we have to start with something. Center the head here. And you know what? Let's also give this one a little bit of that so that we get some different velocities on the snare. Maybe decrease that a little bit. You know what? Let's go with Yeah, I really like using vocoders on drums. Only thing that it will do is it will also decrease some of the high end, which, see, here you have that, and then when we add the vocoder, especially with the formant, if we shift that down, it decreases the high end. But we could put another vocoder in here and leave this one on the noise mode, so we get and then just high pass that one. I guess we can even use the built-in thing. Yeah, that works too. a bit much. Not using any pack in particular, just you can see which ones I'm using. I kind of like that one, but it is a little quiet. Audio routing for streaming on Windows is a pain in the ass. I mean, it kind of depends on your audio interface. If you have an audio interface that has a solid driver that has loopback, you should be good. But when you got an interface that, you know... No, I'm just using the loopback feature on my Motu interface. I basically have the Motu M4, and it has a driver that has a loopback feature, and that loopback feature automatically sends the audio into the WDM driver of Windows. So it basically has an ASIO driver that my Ableton runs on. So why is the top bar white? So my Ableton will run on the ASIO driver of Motu, and then there's also I don't know if I can do this without my stream going crazy, but you have these MME DirectX drivers as well, and then you've got the, I believe it's a WDM driver for Windows, that is basically also from the Motu M series drivers, and it will basically just have well, it will have basically like there's two of them. One is the loopback, which just takes the exact output that the interface sends to my speakers. So that is without my voice, because I'm not sending my voice to the speakers. And then it has the mics of my the mic inputs will automatically also send to the WDM mic inputs on Windows. That it does that automatically, but the sound from my audio interface output that goes to my speakers is also going to the loopback, and then I'm just selecting that inside of OBS. So you can actually do traditional drum and bass pattern as well. Like that. But for addictive drums, I usually like the more like jungly kind of patterns, honestly. And the volume of the notes will matter a lot, so and I guess the same will go for the kick as well. I think when I open addictive drums, the top part of Ableton goes white for some reason. Kind of weird. Now these ghost hits, it really changes with like the volume, so we're gonna give that quite a bit of a range. Yeah, bit much. We can also now we could also give some of these notes, like for instance this one. Let's open up the chance here, and let's decrease the chance that that note plays to like, I don't know, 70% or something. I'm just gonna add a couple more of these. Why are you just playing every time then? What? 50%. And now it doesn't play at all. Like, you would think that if you put it at 50% that you would get about roughly half of them. Well, we just got 4 that didn't play. And if I put it at 70, we got 4 that actually played. Okay, it doesn't work. And you can do the same with like some ghost hits. So we could put like some ghost hits here and maybe decrease those as well. Let's see, where are we gonna put this one? Here. Maybe one there. Chuck one here. There. 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 And there maybe. Yo, where's the... Huh? Oh yeah, here. Where's the ride in this? I don't like that actually. I actually like how the kick is a solid kick in this one. Normally the kicks from Addictive Drums tend to be a little bit annoying to work with, but this one actually turned out as a solid kick. I can see it here at the bottom. Like normally I would actually layer something underneath it, but we don't really need to for this one. Mess with a bit of dynamic tube. So dynamic tube can be pretty interesting on drums. Look at that waveform. I'm overdoing it, but Pulse stretch is great though. Like pulse stretch is great. Like if you make ambient music, pulse stretch is absolutely goated. Like you can just make the most basic ass piece of music that is just like some instruments, let's say a piano or a guitar or something mixed with like some kind of other melodic sounds. And it can literally be just like a 16-bar loop, and you just chuck it into pulse stretch. You stretch the whole thing out to like, I don't know, 10 times the original length, and you've got ambient music. It's absolutely... It's really good. It's a bit outdated though. Let's see if we got some other things to mess with. I'm not sure if I like the Trenton Shaper. We got this one by Minimal Audio, which is kind of like an OTT clone. But it doesn't phase when you bring the dry wet down. So we can maybe chuck that in at like... Yeah, the one thing I've literally used pulse stretch for like I have a whole bunch of samples here where I've also used pulse stretch. It's also great if you just have like some field recordings and you want to turn those into atmosphere. Like I'm not sure if it's in here. No. Oh, here. Like I've got a bunch of these which are just like, I don't know, like some sound from the streets in Paris. But then stretched to like 10 minutes long or something. Like if we chuck that in here. You can see what I mean, right? You got instant atmosphere. It really just is a gigantic long... It's way more than 10 minutes. It's 60 minutes or something. 57 minutes. And I don't even know which the original sample was, but... The thing is with field recordings, you don't want to put one in that's too long. Like a lot of times I would actually have to like limit the export size from pulse stretch because it will give you like a length that is like 3 years and 70 days and you'll be like, I'm sorry, but what? I missed what this was from. Yeah, this is just a field recording. And like I said, I don't even know what it was, but like I've got a ton of them. Like some traffic stretched out. Is it a little quiet maybe? Like I say, if you make ambient music, like there's actually a tone in this one because it's traffic driving by, so the it's almost like a pitch rise in there. There is a pitch rise in there. Now it's going back down. Almost sounds like a fucking fighter plane overhead or something. Like one of those old school fighter planes. Like, this is insane for building tension though, like... It just rises in pitch. And that was, I believe, just a bunch of traffic just driving about. Yeah, it's really good for making cool atmosphere. More traffic. I find traffic works pretty well, because you get, that, like you said, like a Doppler effect. Not always, but kind of depends on the recording. But there's so many of those things. Sound of like, I believe this was one of my own recordings, just the sound of like the harbor in Rotterdam, like the industrial freight harbor, and just stretch that out. But feeding it melodic stuff is also interesting though. That was just a church organ playing. Like I said, ambient music. Do I have a... Like if you have just some piano like that, it basically just becomes massive, long atmosphere. Now, obviously, with this, like, if we go really crazy, like, if we go, I don't know, like, how long can we make this? What is that? 69 hours? Or days? I don't even know. Like, let's say 8 times. That is hours? Okay. Yeah, I sometimes had like times in here that were literally like days or even years. Like I remember one time I threw um like a field recording in there that was already like an hour long or something. And I stretched it out to like a gigantic length and it actually displayed like an insane number there and I was like, holy shit. Does it have latency compensation? The bot thinks a timestamp format is a link, really? Okay. So that will just create extra octaves below it. It's kind of nice. Yeah, your pitch stays the same. You can pitch it here. But there's also like... Don't really use most of those, to be honest. But like just adding a little bit of this ratio mixer, which is basically just adding octaves and fifths, you get pretty massive soundscapes. With just a piano. Like this is literally just this sample, which is really just a bit of piano playing. That's all it is. That's literally what it is. But then with like stretching it out 8 times the original length, it almost sounds like an organ there. I usually just leave that on default, honestly. There's more stuff here that you can play with, obviously, but... Frequency spread? Does that do? Okay. Usually I'll just have it set up like this with the ratios in there. No, it doesn't repitch the audio unless you tell it to. But it's cool to mess with the ratio thing. You can change the ratio, of course, as well. So, like if we chuck that on 5, we get different pitches that are not an octave. But it's cool to mess with. And depending on what you throw in there, of course, it creates all kinds of stuff. Like, that's the thing. Like, if we put something else in there... See if we have something else. We have some other... Oh yeah, of course, like some vocals or something. Like if we chuck a vocal sample in there. Turn number 5 off. Bring it back to... Like that used to be a vocal, but it kind of still sounds like atmosphere now. Because of how far it's stretched. It's nice for making pads. Yeah, exactly. Putting a whole song in there can also work. I usually like just chuck in some like random playing in there on like some instrument. It usually works really well. Piano usually works really well. With basses it can probably work too, yeah. I don't see why not. Ooh, now I should have some textural cello here. I'm curious what happens if we chuck that in there. One. it definitely does create like stereo width as well, which, because I know that these samples are close to mono. And the output here is literally just pretty wide. Like the level in the sides is the same as the level in the center, so it also creates stereo width. But that, you know, when you're making like ambient stuff, that is actually kind of helpful, right? Where we chuck a neuro bass in there. Oh. Yeah, see? But like, you can fix that. Chuck a utility on there with bass mono turned on. Now at least your low end isn't phasing. Definitely interesting to mess with. Let's go back to our yeah, see, this is why I would usually split it up over multiple addictive drums. Because then you can, you know, have like a separate transient shaper on like the snare and stuff like that. Which is kind of nice. Whereas now it will affect everything, including the hats. Which isn't bad, but... Actually like going up on the sustain here. Let's see. I think this just wants to be C. Okay, let's... Loopmasters is great, yeah. It's really helpful. What if we modulate that with sub? Just for shits and giggles. Ooh, that could be fun. Let's create another oscillator. Turn that down. Do that. No random. We'll do that. Put that at -2. Then we can change this to oscillator B. Weird 808. So this is now moving with the rate of this oscillator, meaning that it's technically in time with the oscillation of the sub. It's just basically an octave below it. Now it's in time. You can even start hearing the tone. if you do it at higher rates. And if we put envelope 1 on there, if we now distort it again, oh. I thought it was gonna sound cooler, but no. I like that textural effect though. Please show us how to make a stab bass. That's a pretty vague question. There's so many, like there's so many different kinds that you would be able to make. Obviously we're getting a bit of clashing here. Let's see if we can we... Yes we can, of course we can. Let me group this, create another chain, and we're gonna go to key. C1 is the kick. I'm just gonna chuck that on C1. And then here I'm going to put an external instrument. And then on here, I'm just gonna grab my sidechain rack. Wait, I don't even think I need an external instrument. I think we just need something in here for it to work though. Don't think we can select it now. Instrument rack. No, see, we cannot select it here, so we have to put something in there. We can just chuck... we can just chuck an operator in there. Doesn't really matter. Something like that. I mean, we're gonna mute it, so this doesn't even matter. Now we should be able to select it. Operator, pre-effects. That one works best. Yeah, I mean, you can make step basses. It's literally just... Usually you just use, yeah, like a volume envelope or some kind of LFO that controls the volume. I might have a couple of basses made in Serum, I don't know. Let's see. Stab. It really depends on what you... It's just a bass that triggers once and that isn't sustained, you know? Okay, that's weird. that's not a step. What the fuck? Bubble designer? What is that? I made it, but I can't remember that I made it. I wouldn't say it's bubbles, but... Could probably turn it into bubbles with a vocoder. That's weird. Weird patch. If I chuck a vocoder on there, on like... Yo, modulator. I wouldn't even say it's bass. Now it's kind of bubbly. What if we up the bends? Shift the format down. No. Such a weird sound. Random distraction there, but hey. I was like, what the fuck is that? Now I made bubble bass. What the fuck? Okay. And I wasn't trying to do that, but it's fun to mess with the oscillators as a modulation source, though. You can create some pretty weird. This almost sounds like the that almost sounds like that bass from that Sleepnet track. Wouldn't even surprise me if he did something similar. I always thought that bass was more like a granular kind of thing, with just a granular patch looping a section, but it could just as well be something like this. I don't know if Serum 2 was out then. I don't think it was, so I'm not sure. But there's multiple roads that lead to Rome, right? Like, what if he changed this to, like, something completely different? Like, it obviously would work probably best with simple waveforms. So anything from here, probably. And obviously it's going to speed up when there's a pitch envelope as well. Because it's coming from the oscillator, and I put the pitch on the global tuning here. Can be fun for making some weird, like those pitch drop kind of basses that are different than just your traditional take two sine waves and detune them against each other. Drums still sound a bit weird, but it is what it is. But also just messing with it at higher rates can be fun. Because then it just starts changing the tone. See? Can be interesting to use it to like create some weird overtones. Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty wide actually, which is fine, but we can bring this down a bit. I mean, there's so much saturation on it that's probably not even gonna matter much, but it's alright. Most of these snares are pretty low pitched though, like, and with drum bass, snares tend to be pretty high pitched. Well, not always, but certain kind of drums, drum breaks, they will. And I feel like there's a couple of higher pitched ones in here, like these are a little bit higher pitched. That one's kind of nice as well. Like most of the ones that have that sort of like a little bit of more metallic ring to it, which I usually kind of use. Like this one has that same kind of one on that last snare, which is nice. But there's not a lot of them that have that. I really like this one though. That one has just a lot of a nice sound. Kick is already really short. So many things you can mess with here to make it sound different. And even layer that. If we layer these two, it should still work. Yeah. So many different options. What does it sound like as a normal drum and bass group? Don't like a lot of these kicks, to be honest. I only really like these two. With this one I would layer something under it, like a sine kick underneath it, and with this one you can kind of make it work. And a lot of these other ones are just dog shit. Most of the time. I mean, they are not, but I don't generally like a lot of them. Let's just keep it at that. Oh wow, that actually does a lot. Oh, that one sounds crap. Don't mind that one. Happens if we chuck another reverb in there. Different one. There's some other algorithms in here. How late is it? It's almost midnight. Have a good night, mate. What are we gonna do for the rest of the stream? Because I kinda am getting tired of making drums here. Got some drums though. Nice little drum break. 5 p.m. in America. Oh. Reverb is great though for adding like some interest to not just drums but anything, like automating a reverb and bringing it back in as bringing it in as like a reverse is something I do quite a lot as well. It just works, you know. And it creates the swell or the reversed sound effect from whatever is in your track that you're working on, so it will automatically kind of sound like it gels well, which is always nice. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Maybe I'll make that the end of the stream. How many people are still here, actually? Check. 7 people. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of out of ideas for now. Don't really know what I wanna do next. So I guess I'll call it quits as well, and just go chill. Thanks for being here. We made some cool drums. That was kind of what I wanted to do tonight, and I'll see. Maybe I'll do another stream tomorrow if I feel like it, because I am free this weekend. I don't have to work, so it kind of depends if I have something like an idea or something to work on. If I do, then I'll let you know in the Discord. I'll be in the Discord as well, so if you have any questions or you just want to come hang out, I'll drop the link in the chat. And if I don't stream tomorrow, then it's gonna be again next week on Friday. Next week Friday, is that the 1st of the month? Which would mean that would make it a feedback session. Oh no, it's the 31st. It's the last day of the month. Huh. Okay. So that would mean feedback session in 2 weeks. Maybe next week. We'll see. Maybe I'll make the feedback session a day early. Like theoretically during the stream we're probably gonna go into the first day of the month anyway, so I'll check. Kind of depends what I feel like doing next week. If I do the feedback session, I'll let you know on the Discord, of course, so that you guys can submit your tracks there. And if and otherwise we'll do it the week after. It kind of depends, you know. We'll see. Usually I say the first Friday of the month, but this next month kind of starts on Saturday, so might make it a day early. We'll see. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.